Hello my friends, I'm Brett Larkin. Thank you so much for stopping by my channel, and especially huge welcome if you're new. This is a Yin class where we're going to actually start with some pranayama, a breathing exercise, and then do a meditation to get connected to the lunar abundant feminine energy that's always available to us. And then we're going to do 2 different long yin holds to shift us from doing into being, and to shift us from achieving into receiving. And then we'll take a juicy long shavasana. So if you've been stressed, if you're type A, if you need to calm down and ground, this is the practice for you. It would be great if you had yoga blocks. So if you don't have yoga blocks, it's totally fine, but if you do have them, grab them. And then it would be great if you also were near a chair or a couch. Again, if you're not, that's fine. I'm going to show options of how you can do everything with and without props, but just gather blocks, maybe a blanket, or something to cover your eyes or body with, and then also either be just near a chair or a couch. That's going to enhance some of the poses. Totally optional if you like. To begin, come to sit in a comfortable cross-legged seat. You might want to prop yourself up on a cushion, just however is comfortable for you to sit tall. It could even be in a chair. And we're going to start with Chandra Bedana. Chandra means moon and Bedana means to pierce. So this is the moon piercing, moon activating breath to get us more in touch with the feminine quality, cooling energy in the body. So you can use any mudra that you like to use for alternate nostril breath. I personally like pinky and ring finger up and thumb out, but any breath that works. And we'll start by blocking the right nostril and exhaling through the left. So you want to have the hand right at the right under the bony cartilage of the nose. So you're not so much blocking the nostril, but you're blocking just below that bony cartilage point. So exhale through the left, finding a nice tall spine. And then inhale left to begin. So inhale for a count of 3. Pause, so block both nostrils right under the cartilage. Then you're going to exhale through the right nostril. Block the right, and inhale again through the left. Hold, block both, and exhale through the right. Block the right, inhale through the left. Hold, block both, exhale right. So keep going on your own. Now that you've got this basic rhythm, I'm not going to count the breath for you anymore, but there's a couple things I want to offer up. So the next time you breathe in through the left, count how long that inhale is. So maybe inhale through the left, 1, 2, 3, pause, block both. And now when you exhale through the right, try to make that exhalation through the right nostril longer than the inhalation. So maybe a count of 4. So you inhale left, maybe for a count of 3 or 4, pause. But when you exhale right, try to make it an exhale for a count of 5 or 6. So you're making the exhalation slightly longer, and continue to play with this on your own. The other thing to watch out for is that you're not sniffing like very forcibly. We want to keep this very gentle, very light, very subtle. So don't feel like you need to be making big sniffs to feel the effects of this practice. Do about 3 more rounds here. If you want to play with elongating any of your counts, this is the moment. Finishing up your last one. And when you're done, you can just meet with me with your palms face up in the lap, right palm on top of left, thumbs touching. Take a deep breath in and out through both nostrils, breathing in fully. Exhaling completely. One of the primary tenets of tapping into this more feminine, cooling channel of the body is the idea of being able to hold space for whatever is currently true for you without judgment or reaction. Just an ability to be fully present. See if you can step into that now. An ability to be fully present for whatever is going on for you right now, today, this week, this year. And visualize underneath your seat now a giant pink silvery lotus flower growing underneath your seat like a throne. And you're floating on top of a pool of water. It could be an oceanic dark water, or maybe it's a lake or someplace bright and tranquil. But you were sitting on this lotus flower throne. And whether it's day or night, the moon is there in the sky, shining its glow down onto you. So you really feel cloaked in the energy of the moon's magnificence. Floating along, seated on this giant 1,000-petaled lotus. Notice that you don't have a paddle or a way to steer this lotus flower like a boat. You're just floating and going with the tide along for the ride. Completely calm. Seeing the moon above head in the sky. The sky could be dark, maybe it's a full moon, or first quarter moon in the bright night sky with stars, or again, maybe it's daytime, and it's that moon that's out when the sun is still shining, light silvery gray. Just observe your surroundings and how you feel sitting on this lotus flower throne floating through time and space. Sense or feel best you can moonbeams now directly from the moon, kind of falling down like fairy dust or a glow or a sparkle onto your face, illuminating your face as you float. And soak in that energy. Feel your skin, your face, everything shimmer with silvery light. So you feel even more regal on this lotus petal throne. Completely tranquil and at ease with all the nature that surrounds you as you flow through this natural progression of the tide, a natural unfolding of the things in your life. There is an acceptance, a strength, a regalness to how you're showing up here. Come back. Feel this lotus flower throne begin to wrap around your body, gently caressing you like a big, beautiful shawl. And let the petals dissolve and melt into your skin. Just feel the warmth of the flower, the warmth of the glow of the moon permeating into every aspect of your physical body. Just like a cloak that's seeping into your skin, you're taking all aspects of this, the lotus flower, the moon's energy, deep into your physical self and now into your heart space. So there's this silvery glow in and around your heart. Your right hand and then your left hand to your heart space now, pressing the palms, right and then left palm on top of one another into the heart space, just pressuring there, feeling this connection. Knowing that you can come back to this state of mind, this energy, anytime you'd like. Take a deep breath in, filling breath into the heart space. And exhale all the way. Once more, deep breath into the area of the heart. Exhaling completely. From here, slowly transition to extending the legs out in front of you. So we're setting up for one of my favorite postures, a yin style forward fold. So the legs are out in front of you, completely limp, like a rag doll, no energy on the legs. You can sit up on a rolled up blanket or a cushion if you need that support, if it helps to have the hips a little bit higher or to be up on your sits bones. And then from here, you're just going to melt forward. So palms face up, and you just let the chin dip into the chest and deeply round. So it's an intense rounding of the whole spine. Lower, mid, and upper back, just round forward, head heavy, chin into chest. So the head is like a bowling ball, just keep dropping it down, down, down. And you may feel this in the low back or the neck or around the shoulders. It's completely different on different days where you're going to feel this. When we're talking about connecting with this feminine, lunar, cooling channel of the body, I really think of it as shifting from doing to being. And in the more active version of this pose, a lot of us are trying to touch our feet, reach our feet. We're trying to do that. In this version, you're just being in this Raggedy Ann doll shape. Letting the head drop and get heavy. Allowing the sensation or stretch to show up wherever it wants to along the spine. Soften the jaw and gaze and continue to visualize this silvery light holding you, encapsulating you so you can really let go. This is a safe time and space. Make sure the palms are face up, elbows bent, shoulders just dropping off to the left and right of the body, and you'll hear my voice again in a few minutes. Often practicing this state of just being can be much more challenging when we're used to always doing. Without moving slowly, just deepen the breath. Allow the body to get a little heavier still, head a little heavier still. Transition the palms from being palms face up to palms face down between the legs, and use your hands to gently press yourself up, making sure the head is the very last thing to come up. From here, just return to that cross-legged position. Right palm on top of left, thumbs touching, and just notice. Give yourself a moment to resettle in the body. Give yourself time and space to notice the after effects of that practice. If the mind tries to rush right back into doing, thinking about to-do lists or what pose are we going to do next, shift the gears back to just being. Can you just be here with no agenda about what happened or about what's coming next? Slowly keeping the gaze soft, but opening the eyes to come into our next posture, which is goddess variations. So when I think of, again, tapping into this lunar feminine cooling channel of the body, I think of shifting from achieving to receiving. So we just played with doing to being. When I think of receiving, I think of really opening the front of the body. So we're going to come into a supported back bend, and I'm going to show you a bunch of different options of how you can get into this at home. So if you don't have any props, like no blocks or anything like that, you can roll a blanket, or you can even just roll up your mat, and then just have this roll basically right underneath your bra line. And again, ideally a blanket would be better, because then you'd also have the mat as support. But it's just a very gentle, just kind of helps open the chest. And then you can either take the soles of the feet as wide as the mat, knees into touch, or if it feels good, you can come into Baddha Konasana, butterfly pose. If this strains the low back, which it often does, put blocks underneath the thighs, or pillows or rolled up blankets underneath the thighs, so the low back is not overly arching away from the mat. You shouldn't feel anything in the low back here. Otherwise, just do this variation with the knees into touch. Yeah. If you have blocks, the configuration I'm going to offer up for the supported back bend is something like this, like a T shape with the blocks. So this will go along your spine, again, kind of around the bra line area. And the other block will serve as a support for your head. So you're going to kind of play with the correct height of the block, whether you want it higher or lower. Go with whatever feels like the less intense stretch. Because again, this is about receiving, not achieving. So we're not so interested in achieving a stretch here, as we're just interested in gently, gently opening the front of the body so that we can receive. And you can even visualize that moon imagery we've been playing with throughout class really directly above you now, shining and glowing down onto you in whatever variation you're in. So it's like you're getting this lunar infusion. So setting up where you want to be, closing the eyes and resting fully into your support here. Visualize the moon above you. Soak in that silvery energy. And just know that any modification to this setup, whether it's extending the legs long, changing how you have the legs somehow, is exactly what you're supposed to listen to and do. So make any adjustments you need. And your only job here now is to just receive. Think of yourself like a battery in a charging dock, being filled up with the light of the moon. And you'll hear my voice again in a few minutes. Really, really gently begin to wiggle fingers and toes. Deepen the breath. Prop up on one elbow and then the other. Move any props aside. Setting up for Shavasana. Just lying back if you don't have the chair. And if you have the chair, I'm going to show you how we're going to use it. If you have the chair, you're just going to lie back for Shavasana with your calves on the chair. So it's like legs up the wall, but even more supported, because legs up the wall can be a hamstring stretch and there can be other stuff going on. This is a really magical place to be because it's all the benefits of an inversion, but just even less intense than legs up the wall. So just let your whole spine be flat on the mat. Adjust where you want your seat in relation to the chair, but it should just feel completely supported and so easeful, no tension at all. If you have an eye pillow or a shirt that you can put over your eyes at this point, that would be a great thing to do. And whether you're in regular shavasana or this variation with the chair, relax completely now. Just let go of even any guided imagery or visualization I've offered. Just allow yourself to float into nothingness or darkness or light. Just don't control anymore your thoughts, emotions. Just fully be in rest in this shavasana. And you'll hear my voice again in a few minutes. Gift yourself this time. Even if you don't think you need the rest, stay here. Trust. Very slowly wiggle the fingers and toes. Pull one knee and the other into the chest. If you can stay longer, by all means, please do. If you need to move on, very slowly transition to a seated position, keeping your eyes closed, your attention in. Head is the very last thing to come up. Find a cross-legged seat, sit tall, and just notice your energy. Notice the quality of your energy. Maybe tap into that idea of that silvery glow emanating from deep within you, permeating your skin. Just see yourself regal, magnificent, feminine, glowing with confidence, radiance, this deep inner knowing that you're floating along the river of life, receiving the world's abundance in the exact way you need to be at this time. Nothing to alter, nothing to do. Take a deep breath in, honoring this space within you now. Deep breath out. Once more, inhaling fully. Exhaling completely. And bring your hands to prayer. At heart center, dip the chin. Honoring this place within you. When you are in this place in you and I am in this place in me, we are one and the same. Namaste.